Hey everyone, and welcome to John Talks Indian Cinema. I am your host, the Indian Cinemaniac. First things first, um, I want to thank you all. The subscriptions in a short amount of time are now up to 471 subscribers as of the recording of this review. So it's gone up quite a bit in a small window. So thank you for the support. I am humbled by it and really appreciate it. And hope you guys are enjoying some of the content that I'm putting out there. So anyway, I'm back with another 10ish-minute review, and this one was recommended by Nish 6878. Nish 6878. And the film he recommended was Chandi Chowk to China from 2009. And I have to tell you, I looked this up, and after I watched it, I read the reviews, and the reviews were absolutely brutal to this film. And I'll tell you what I think in just a second. It was directed by Nikhil Advani, and he directed Kal Ho Naa Ho. It stars a fan favorite and a favorite of mine, Akshay Kumar. I've seen him in, I mean, a ton of stuff. Airlift, Baby, oh my God, Saryavanshi. I mean, I don't know how many films I've seen him. I've seen him in a lot. Deepika Padukone, Shanti Om, Padmaavat, and Pathan. And my audience, who's been watching for a while, knows that I've got a thing for Kareena Kapoor. I think she was my first Indian cinemaniac love in Three Idiots. Just, mm. But I have to tell you that, and not people aren't crazy about her as an actress, Deepika, but she is gorgeous, gorgeous, beautiful. Just and you know, in these Indian films, they always stick a fan in front of these actresses in their hair. They do it for the actors too, but she is just stunning, stunning, stunning. And I'm really starting to get a thing for her because I've seen her in a bunch of stuff. Um, Other than the three at Pathan, also in it, who plays the bad guy, a good bad guy, Chia-Hui-Liu, who's in Kill Bill 1 and 2 and Kill 'Em All. Those are movies I've seen him. He's done a lot of Japanese stuff, but that's the stuff I've seen him in. Mithun Chakraborty, who's in Oh My God, Ranveer Shori, who is in EK the Tiger, Tiger 3 and Sacred Games, and Roger Yuan, who was in Skyfall, Dune Part 1, and John Wick Chapter 3. Those are all films that I've seen. So so the story is about this guy named Sidhu, who is a vegetable chopper, and he's very good at vegetable chopping from the village, I guess, of Chandi Chowk, or is it city or town? And they show him in the beginning. You meet him, and he's chopping up these vegetables, and he's not even looking. He's doing all this stuff. He's throwing sacks. He's got potatoes, um, and a village. It definitely. Well, let me give you my thoughts about this film and the hatred for it, because the reviews I saw were for the most part ones and twos, and they talked about how bad this film was. And I will tell you that for the first 35 minutes, I thought it was an incredibly silly film. Real over the top acting, not the way I'm used to seeing Akshay Kumar or for that matter, Deepika. Um, but as I started to watch the film and realize what the director was going for, it definitely changed what I thought about the film. First of all, it's a complete love letter to the old kung fu movies from the 70s, 60s, and 70s. But as I started to watch the film, I realized there was so much more than just that. In fact, I count, and I'm sure there's a lot more than this, but there are references to Rocky, the film Rocky with Sylvester Stallone, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon with all the wire work, the way they did that, Animal House, That's right. Animal House. The Devil and the Angel on the Shoulders. That's Animal House. 60s spy movies, not James Bond, but In Like Flint or the Matt Helm movies with Dean Martin. Flint is with James Coburn, and Matt Helm was Dean Martin with the gadgets, especially an umbrella. The Karate Kid, the way the mentor trains the karate student. Remo Williams, which was a book, but then was a movie with Joel Grey and Fred Ward, The Cosmic Thumb. And as I mentioned earlier, 70s kung fu films. And once I watched the film through that lens, it changed the way I felt about it. Because then I accepted it for what it was supposed to be, which is really a tribute, and I wouldn't say a satire because that's probably not right, but it was a tongue-in-cheek look at those type of films, and that's the way the cast played it. So it did change my perception of the film because after, like I said in the beginning, I was like, I don't, this is like Golmaal. I just didn't get it. It was so silly and over the top, but it had its moments, and the fight choreography was really good. Well, okay, so let me get back to this. I just wanted to give you that at the beginning for all the haters out there that think this was just a horrible, horrible film. I think if you look at it for what it was, it's not nearly as bad as you might think it is. That's my opinion anyway. So so this is, and oh, I'm sorry, I mentioned it in the movie, Magnificent Seven. A bad guy goes into a village, creates havoc. They want to bring someone to help protect the village. Okay, and that's what this story basically is. So this little village in China, um, they want to find Lu Cheng, who was a warrior who fought on the Great Wall of China. By the way, first time an Indian film has been able to film on the Great Wall of China, and it was very impressive. They want the reincarnated version of Lu Cheng, who happens to be Sadhu Akshay Kumar, or so he is told. So he leaves China. He leaves India to go to China, hence the name Chandni Chowk to China, and is going to protect them. Now he thinks they're saying you're super cool when they're really saying kill Hojo, who's the bad guy. Oh, another movie reference, James Bond, Odd Job. Because Hojo has a bowler that he throws and slices people's neck right out of Goldfinger. So there's another reference to a movie, right? And he's a good bad guy. Like he was not an over the top. He wasn't playing it over the top like everybody else, nor was um, Roger Yuan, who played Chiang, the father who loses his memory but is actually a kung fu expert and an inspector. He was good too. They were all good in different ways. He so as the story continues, he goes to the village. The bad guy shows up. He realizes what's going on. He gets beat up, and then as the story progresses, Dada, his father, who's not really his father, he is a guy who kind of adopted him, who taught him how to cut vegetables, um, shows up and tells him to fight back, and he ends up getting killed by the bowler, slices his neck. Now, Sidhu wants revenge, and the bad guy thinks he killed him. He didn't. So now it's a whole training sequence, Karate Kid, Rocky, where he's getting stronger and stronger, and he's learning kung fu just like the Karate Kid. He's rolling bread, and he's got these tubes, and he's just rolling. He's sick of rolling them, and then he ends up breaking a table. He goes, oh, what they call them, forearms, iron forearms. I think it was the term he used. Um, and now he becomes Lu Cheng, who's going to save the village. And those fight scenes, the fight choreography is actually quite good. All wire work like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. But Kumar actually put some pretty good moves in. And also the bad guy Hojo and Chiang are both really good kung fu guys because they're really doing some moves. Um, and it's how he finds who he really is and saves the day. And then they even set up a sequel, Chandi Chowk to Africa, at the end of the film. And so I'm going to give I'm going to give the story a 3. It reminded me of some of the spoof movies that you've seen before, but spoof's not really the right word because it wasn't really like that. But it was definitely somebody who loves that genre, all those different mashups and all those different films. So I appreciated that. So that's why I'm going to give it a 3. As far as the performances go, Kumar, who I'm a big fan of, I really like him as an actor. Uh, I thought he was a little over the top, but there were some dramatic moments in the film that were usually followed up by some gag. But I thought he was good. Now Deepika plays two roles, twin sisters. And the interesting thing they did, one was brought up Chinese, one was brought up Indian. And they made her look different enough that like it wasn't identical twins, like the exact same face and everything. They did something with the lips, the hair, even the eyes a little bit. But she could move too because she had to do some karate moves and she was really good. But I'm just saying, and I know I've mentioned this at the beginning, but the way they film her and she's just absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous. And I thought she was okay. I know there's a lot of haters out there that don't think she's a good actress, at least what I've read anyway. I excuse me, I thought she was pretty good in this. For the type of role it was, for the fun that they had. She's a spokesmodel for some dance thing where you put bands on your legs and you control them. But there was also a spy element. She had an umbrella that was bulletproof and she could fly through the air like Mary Poppins. That happened at one point. And the bad guy was really good. Chiang was really good, and his buddy, whose name was Chopstick. He was good too. I didn't quite get that relationship because he was kind of a weasel. He stole from him. He was the reason he showed up to China because he lied to him. And in the end, it gets all turned around because he learns a move, the cosmic kick that he uses that gets a whole dock of guys flying through the air. And the other move he learned because his mentor kept saying you got to have one move that you practice 10,000 times, not 10,000 moves. And as he's fighting the bad guy, he realizes what. Oh, by the way, as he's fighting the bad guy, because in the whole film, it's Lord, is it Gasha? Lord Ganesh. He's got a potato that looks like Lord Ganesh, and he's got that potato the whole movie. So in the climax fight, he imagines Hojo as a giant potato. Terrible CGI, but kind of funny. Well, then he realizes his move that he hasn't figured out till now is his ability to cut vegetables. So now here's another movie reference. They start doing the Matrix where his hands are going really fast, and you see you see the after effects, and you see a bunch of hands going, and that was his special gift. And then it ends up the Liu Chang statue falls on the bad guy and kills him. So the performances, I'm gonna give him a 3. Not great acting performances, but whatever. I think a 3 is pretty solid. Now, as far as the music, and there was lots of it in this, and there were some of the numbers were really impressive. The first song is during the opening credits. They show him while he's cooking and going to fortune tellers because he believes in that. Second song is Deepika's entrance, and she's doing a commercial for the Dance Master G9, and it's called Baby Can't Dance. And they show her kind of awkwardly dancing, and then she puts these things on, and she's a wonderful dancer. The third song is when they welcome him to China, but it's actually he's on an airplane going to China, and he imagines himself in China dancing. And that, to me, was the best musical number in the whole film because it was just so impressively shot in front of this big temple. And it was interesting because Deepika's in it. But here's what they did. So it's this real big production number. And it's really impressive, and he's dancing beautifully. Right now, the whole movie's been kind of a goof. And then at one point, he's marching, dancing with everybody behind him, and he slips. Now, this isn't his imagination. He's dreaming this while he's on the plane. And he slipped on a banana peel in his dream. And I thought that was kind of funny because he's still a goof even in his dreams. But then it switches to like a gangster theme. and then it switches again to break dancing. So they hit a couple of different genres in this one number. I thought that was the best number in the whole thing. Um, then there's a musical number where the ninjas attack the village and he's drunk. Oh, there's another one. I think it's called The Drunken Master. Is it Bruce Lee or Jackie Chan? I think it might be Jackie Chan, where he can only fight when he's drunk. Well, in this scene, Sadu is drunk and he beats all the ninjas because he's like missing them, and it's a very funny scene. But it was also kind of a dance number, and it was tinted in red too. It was interesting the way they shot that. Oh yeah, then there's a montage where he's training. He does and there's a song going on in the background. That's when he runs up the stairs of the Great Wall of China, just like Rocky, and he even holds up his hands like this, like Rocky does. And then at the end, there's a big number during the credits where it's kind of a rap number actually, and he says his name. He says Akshay Kumar a couple of times. I caught that. So the music, I'm gonna give. I thought the numbers. I actually really like the production, and I'm gonna give the music a 4. I don't usually do that. Excuse me. So, my overall verdict, and I'm giving myself enough time so I can put the image up and then give the verdict. I'm gonna give the film a 3. I thought for the type of film it was, I enjoyed it. And once I accepted what it was, then I enjoyed it a lot more, because I got nervous at first because it really was a silly, goofy film. But as I got into it and understood what they were going for, I liked it a lot more. Not like it more to give it more than a 3, but I'm going to give it a 3. Let me know if you've seen it, what you think about it in the comment section. I would really appreciate that. Okay, so that's my 10ish-minute review. Now, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the notification button, hit the like button, and as always, please share it with anyone else you might think would enjoy the content that I'm putting out there. And it's because of you that I'm getting the numbers that I'm getting, and I know I said it at the beginning, but I don't say it again. I'm so appreciative of it. I know it's going to take a long time. My goal ultimately is 1,000, because that's when you can start monetizing and getting ads. By the way, I also want to let you know, once I'm able to monetize it with ads, I have to lose the last song. I can't play Zooby Dooby anymore, because that's a copyright hit. Even though they allow you to use it, you can if you monetize it. So I got to come up with something else. Also, because you guys don't stay till the end based on the analytics, I'm now doing a secret word. Okay. So at the end, every show, I'm going to do a secret word. So today, the secret word is Spock. Spock. Spock from Star Trek. So if you're staying till the end, put it in the comment section. Let me know you're sticking around till the end. Okay. All right. That's it, everybody. Thanks for taking the time. I really appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon on John Talks Indian Cinema with, yes, another 10ish-minute review. Thanks for watching.
हर दिल की अपनी ताल है, अपना ही एक राग है। हर दिल की अपनी धड़कने, अपनी ही एक आग है। जज्बात पिघले पिघले